Good evening and welcome to TC Network. I am Tingnay Tim Hokip bringing you today's news. Today's top headlines include Union territory for Kuki-Zo should be a key standpoint for Kuki MLAs in upcoming peace talks, says Kuki-Zo groups. Dengue cases surge in Churachandpur, 36 positive cases reported in October. News in details. The Kuki-Zo groups viz. Kuki National Organization KNO and the United People's Front UPF issued a statement regarding the proposed talks scheduled on October 15, 2024 in Delhi, which will involve Kuki, Meitei and Naga MLAs under the supervision of the Ministry of Home Affairs. In the statement, the KNO and UPF expressed a serious consideration of the talks initiated by the Union Home Minister aimed at fostering dialogue among the involved parties. However, they emphasized the need for Kuki-Zo MLAs to attend the meetings as it was an initiative of the central government. Though the government may talk of peace for Manipur state, there should be a separate administration in the form of a union territory with legislature for the Kuki-Zo for peace to return. This should be the steadfast standpoint of the Kuki-Zo MLAs in the meeting. The Kuki-Zo groups urge the general public to understand their issue, stressing that while they support Kuki-Zo MLAs to attend the meeting, they will not engage in discussions with Meitei MLAs without prior consultation with Kuki-Zo civil society organizations and the general public. They asserted that any meeting between Kuki-Zo and Meitei MLAs is unacceptable unless the concerns of the Kuki-Zo public are adequately addressed. The Kuki-Zo groups reiterated that Kuki-Zo MLAs will attend the talks only at the invitation of the Ministry of Home Affairs but will not participate in direct discussions with their Meitei counterparts. They warn against making unfounded allegations about their representatives' involvement and promise that Kuki-Zo MLAs will hold a press conference following the talks to inform the public of any significant outcomes. Churachandpur district in Kukiland has witnessed a significant rise in dengue cases, with 36 positive cases reported in the first 14 days of October, taking the year's tally to 79 according to district authorities. The cases were detected in 13 localities, including areas within the town and suburbs. The Malaria Department of Churachandpur has responded promptly, conducting extensive fogging operations in areas with high concentrations of dengue cases, such as Chingkonpang, Zenhanglamka, Tuibung, and Kamdoveng. Led by District Malaria Officer Dr. Liango Monsamte, the initiative aims to control the spread of the disease. Experts warn that the mosquito causing dengue are most active between June and December, while those causing malaria are active from January to June. Despite facing challenges due to the ongoing crisis in Manipur and Kukiland, including a lack of funds and testing kits, the department is working diligently to contain the outbreak. Currently, free testing services are only available at Krishna Diagnostic inside the district hospital campus, while other diagnostic centers require payment. Fortunately, there have been no reported fatalities from dengue in the district so far. The situation remains alarming, with many suspected cases detected on Monday and waiting test results. If positive, these cases could further exacerbate the situation, highlighting the need for continued vigilance and proactive measures to combat the spread of dengue in Churachandpur. Today at 11:30 a.m., the project launching program Rebuilding Livelihoods for Indigenous Displaced Women in Manipur was held at the Rural Women Upliftment Society RWUS Training Hall, Silmat. The distinguished guests who attended the program were Darun Kumar SDC Churachandpur, Solomon Fimate MCS SDO BDO, Songdo, Say Mintang Lintang, MCS, ADM, Churachandpur, and SDO, BDO, Tuibung. Samuel Sakum, Program Manager, RWUS, presented a report on RWUS initiatives for displaced persons and the works achieved so far. DC Churachandpur Darun Kumar S. inaugurated the project, emphasizing the importance of supporting displaced women and RWUS efforts in providing relief. He also appreciates the RWUS for their tireless efforts to provide assistance to the displaced persons. He highlights the smooth functioning of RWUS in Northeast India and South India to uplift the situations of women in the society. He also expresses his hopes to see the successful implementation of this project and that maximum number of people benefited from it. The project aims to benefit 1,000 displaced women comprising of 500 vegetable vendors, 200 women artisans, and 300 small traders. RWUS will also conduct psychosocial counseling support with visual documentary and 2 days women market fair, and during the implementation of this project, the various philanthropic organizations will assist them. The project will continue for 12 months and they will host the Women Market Fair on August next year. The data of materials distributed by the RWUS as assistance to the displaced persons are provided as follows: 9,000 bags of rice, 3,600 bags of dal, 1,050 packets of dry fish, 2,000 bags of soya chunks, 15,000 liters of cooking oil and other commodities like meat, eggs, vegetables, baby foods, and diapers. These services reach out to 80 relief centers. The data for non-consumable items handed over are provided as follows: bedsheet, blanket, and mattress were provided to 42,000 displaced families. 2,000 pieces of mosquito net, 1,000 pieces of tarpaulin, and 1,000 pieces of mat, 2,000 pieces of bucket, and other miscellaneous items like toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, undergarments, and towels were also handed over to 1,500 plus families. Electric water heaters were also installed in 29 relief centers, 300 solar lamps given out, and firewoods were provided to Tuai Teng Pai Relief Camp. Medications and healthcare facilities were provided to 1,200 pregnant and lactating women. Cleanliness drive, 7 waste disposal training was conducted in 50 relief camps in collaboration with the district philanthropic organizations. They also conduct special education, Kids Garden Day School to 1,200 IDP children in 50 relief camps and also handed out toys to the children. RWUS distributed Christmas gifts to 1,600 displaced children, IDP, and provides help to 200 women vendors. They also give relief support to various philanthropic organizations like ITLF, Kuki-In-Pi Churachandpur, Mar-In-Pui, KKL, HYA, YMA, YPA, ZYO, SYO, HYO, and YVA respectively. The AKTC, Any Kuki Tribes Council, extends its deepest appreciation to the entire Zo community for embracing Kuki-Zo Council as a common political platform. This milestone marks a significant step towards unity and solidarity among all Zo descendants. In its press statement, the AKTC said, "Our willingness to accept this shared identity demonstrates our commitment to our collective heritage and the bonds that tie us together. We recognize the diversity within our community, and this inclusive term acknowledges our rich history and cultural affinity." The statement further said this development will usher in a new era of unity, cooperation, and mutual understanding among our people. By embracing our shared Zo identity, we can strengthen our cultural heritage, foster greater collaboration and support, promote peaceful coexistence, and enhance our collective well-being. Therefore, the AKTC sincerely acknowledges the efforts of the community leaders, elders, and visionaries who have worked tirelessly to promote unity and understanding. Our dedication has paved the way for this significant achievement. As moving forward together, the Kuki-Zo people are committed to preserving our cultural traditions, empowering future generations, building bridges of understanding, and celebrating our diversity within unity. May this shared identity inspire us to work towards a brighter future, built on the principles of unity, respect, and solidarity, added the statement. A notification bearing number 1/PFICD/DPC-GEM/2024 was issued from the office of the DGP-P/MD-MPHC Manipur in regards to the postponing of the Jamandar's recruitment interview. The issued notification reads, in continuation of this office notification of event number dated 28/8/2024 and 29/8/2024, the schedule for personal test interview viva voice of the candidates who have qualified in the PET, physical efficiency test, and written test for direct recruitment of Jamadars, MRIRB, in the Manipur Police Department to be held from 16/10/2024 to 24/10/2024 at MPHC Limited Campus in Phalt and the District Headquarters Kangpokpi for all districts is hereby postponed due to administrative reasons until further order. Today at 10 a.m., the Department of Trade and Commerce, Kuki-In-Pi Manipur, organized an Economic Conclave 2024 at Solbrook School Auditorium, Laizuan Veng Tuibung, and will continue till tomorrow, the 16th of October. The program was conducted under the theme, Revitalization of the Kuki Economy Through a Holistic Approach. Dr. Pauline Thangkhong Sai, Dr. Mangcha Haukip, Dr. Tong Lalbaite, and Dr. Ningnay Tim Kipgen were the moderators during the program. The resource persons were Francis Onkohau Haukip, CEO, Pragna Group, speaking on startup and entrepreneurship. Dr. Khaizamang Mate, Assistant Advisor, RBI, speaking on cross-border trade and livelihood dynamics. S. Paumin Thangangte, Assistant General Manager, SIDBI, speaking on MSME schemes. Paukchung Nungvai Pei, Associate Professor, Central Head IIE, speaking on entrepreneurship and IIE. Ram Moy, Chief Manager, SBI Churachandpur, speaking on banking literacy. D. Lalmon K. Gangte, Chief Manager, AMCC Churachandpur, speaking on banking literacy, and Melori Lalsangliani, General Manager, DIC, speaking on MSME and role of DIC in districts respectively. During the program, V. Ginkhanpao shared his entrepreneurship success story. Tomorrow, there will be a panel discussion and will be moderated by Dr. Pauline Thangkhong Sai. Closing remarks will be said by Kaikhohau Gangte, General Secretary Kim. The CSOs of More come together to clean up and renovate the sculpture of Honorable Chengjapao Kuki, who was a renowned headhunter and warrior among the Kuki community during the Anglo-Kuki War. HTC Secretary Jackie Tautang says that this renovation work is done in preparation for the upcoming auspicious Anglo-Kuki War Remembrance Day, which falls on the 17th of October. This celebration of the Anglo-Kuki War Day marks and proves the deep contribution and earnest sacrifices made by the Kukis in the fight and struggle for India's independence. And the sculpted man, Chengjapao Haukip, was the warrior who led the Kuki men to fight against the mighty British with country-made weapons and gunpowders. This statue stands as a symbol of courage and patriotism for the Kukis. The renovation work was headed by HTC and MYC. It may be highlighted that the BSF personnel who were recently posted in More to oversee law and order situation also lent us a helping hand. The Hill Tribal Council, on behalf of the CSOs and public, expressed their heartfelt gratitude to the BSF for their contribution and support. Ms. Paunay Hoy Melody Kilong, daughter of Chong Huhau Kilong and Among Kilong from Seitol Khotha Churachandpur, and a member of KBC Tuibong Church has won the bronze medal in the 60 to 63 kg category at the Combined National Talent Hunt Boxing Program 2024-2025 Elite Youth Junior Sub-Junior tournament organized by the Boxing Federation of India in Rohtak, Haryana. This achievement comes after her recent gold medal win in September 2024 in Guwahati. Ms. Paunay Hoy has consistently performed well in national-level tournaments. In February 2023, she won bronze medal in the 63 kg category at the Halo India 2023 national-level tournament in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. In 2022, she won silver medal at the Young Women Boxing Tournament national level in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Currently, she is undergoing training at Sai Paltan Bazar, Guwahati, Assam. Congratulations to Ms. Paunay Hoy Melody Kilong on her impressive achievement in boxing, and we wish her the very best in her future endeavors. Security forces arrested 7 members of a banned militant group in Manipur's Imphal West District on Monday, police said. Briefing reporters SPKSH Sivakanta Singh said, based on reliable information regarding the presence of Kanglei Pak Communist Party, Nongdren Khomba cadres in Langol Game Village, security forces conducted a search operation and arrested 7 members of the outfit, including a woman. The arrested were identified as L. Alin 26, K. Rohit Singh 23, Sanju W 20, P. Thoiba 26, W. Hero 21, Y. Bikas 23, and Hen Thoibi M 41. During the operation, authorities recovered 2 4-wheelers, 1 2-wheeler, 2 pistols, and camouflage uniforms, Singh said. As extortion activities have increased, the general population has begun to express their displeasure. Police are actively monitoring the situation. There have been instances where the public, for various reasons, has not disclosed information, Singh explained. Over the last 4 to 5 days, 11 people have been arrested by Imphal West District Police in connection with extortion-related cases. We will start applying the National Security Act to specify individuals as well, he warned. We will also begin recommending cases to the National Investigation Agency, Singh said, and urged the public to share information with the police to combat the rising number of extortion cases. AMOCOC, All Muslims Organization Coordinating Committee, President S.M. Jalal expressed displeasure over the exclusion of Muslim representatives in the peace process scheduled to start from Tuesday at New Delhi as initiated by the Union Home Minister. S.M. Jalal, while talking to media persons, said indigenous Manipuri Muslims, or Pangal, as a community has been at the forefront in bringing peace to the state. Jalal said both Naga community and the Pangal community play a crucial role in trying to bring peace in the state since the start of the ethnic violence in the state since May last year. While the representatives of the Naga community are being invited, the representatives of the Pangal community are totally ignored, he added. Jalal questioned the motives of central government behind the exclusion of the Pangal community in the peace process. He said the decision deprived the potential of the Pangal community's abilities to contribute useful insights in bringing peace and normalcy in the state. Jalal, however, said he welcomed the decision of central governments to initiate peace, and he also sent his good wishes. The Ministry of Home Affairs initiated peace process is scheduled to start from Tuesday at New Delhi. MLAs of Naga community and Meitei community had already left Imphal on Monday. While leaving Imphal, MLAs who are being invited refused to divulge much detail as the Naga People Front's representatives, Awangbo Newmai, said they are also not aware of the exact agenda and it will only be known once the talk started. The government has decided to withdraw its High Commissioner in Canada after Ottawa linked him and some other Indian diplomats to the killing of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. We have no faith in the current Canadian government commitment to ensure their security, the government conveyed to the Canadian Church Affairs, who was summoned by the Ministry of External Affairs this evening. It was underlined that in an atmosphere of extremism and violence, the Trudeau government's actions endanger their safety. We have no faith in the current Canadian government's commitment to ensure their security. Therefore, the government of India has decided to withdraw the High Commissioner and other targeted diplomats and officials, the Foreign Ministry said. The ties between the two countries plunged after the Canada said it was investigating the Indian High Commissioner as a person of interest in the killing of Nisjir. The Foreign Minister received a diplomatic communication from Canada yesterday, suggesting that the Indian High Commissioner and other diplomats are persons of interest in a matter related to an investigation in that country. It said that the aspersions cast on High Commissioner Sanjay Kumar Verma by Canada were ludicrous. High Commissioner Sanjay Kumar Verma is India's senior-most serving diplomat with a distinguished career spanning 36 years. He has been an ambassador in Japan and Sudan, while also serving in Italy, Turkey, Vietnam, and China. The aspersions cast on him by the government of Canada are ludicrous and deserve to be treated with contempt, the Foreign Ministry said. It hit out at the preposterous allegations, terming them a strategy of smearing India for political gains. The government also informed the senior diplomat of Canada this evening that the baseless targeting of the Indian High Commissioner and other diplomats and officials in Canada was completely unacceptable. It was also conveyed that India reserved the right to take further steps in response to the Trudeau government's support for extremism, violence and separatism against India, it said. A history sewer in Chhattisgarh's Churachandpur district allegedly murdered a cop's wife and daughter after he failed to kill him. The bodies were found in a semi-naked state in a field on Monday morning, around 5 kilometers away from the crime scene, leading to outrage in the district. According to the police, Kuki-Zo, who is the District General Secretary of Congress Youth Wing, entered the house of Head Constable Talib Sikh on October 13 and allegedly killed his wife, Menas 35, and daughter Aliyah 11, with a sharp weapon. Earlier, Sahu clashed with a police constable while he was at a Durga Puja idol immersion event in Chowpatty area and allegedly poured hot oil on him. The constable suffered serious burn injuries and was hospitalized. Head Constable Talib Sikh and his team reached the spot to arrest Sahu, who then tried to run over him with a car, but the cop managed to get out of the way in time. Sahu fled the spot, and while Sikh and his team were making a plan to trace the accused, he reached the head constable's house and killed his wife and daughter. Head Constable Sikh came to know about the murder of his wife and daughter when he returned home after duty on Sunday and found blood stains inside the house. When Sikh returned home after duty, he found the door broken and his wife and daughter missing. He alerted the police when he saw blood stains inside the house, and a search was launched for his family, police said. When the word spread around the town about the whole incident, angry locals called for a shutdown in the town and protested outside the local police station. They also vandalized and set Sahu's home on fire and also torched vehicles parked outside his house. None of Sahu's family members were at home during the incident. The locals also beat up Sub-Divisional Magistrate Jagannath Verma, who reached the spot to calm the angry mob and tell them to not resort to violence, officials said. Meanwhile, the police have 4 teams to track down Kuki-Zo, who is on the run after the incident. There is a heavy police deployment in the area to prevent any further escalation in the situation, officials added. The accused is the NSUI District General Secretary. The police have recovered an ID card which shows that he is a member of the Congress Youth Wing. Also, the car in which Sahu escaped also carried the nameplate of NSUI District President, police said. Following the formation of a strong low-pressure area over the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal, heavy rains will continue for the next few days in Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, and Karaikal, said the India Meteorological Department (IMD) on Monday, 15 October. A red alert warning is also issued for 16 October in the Chennai, Tiruvallur, Chengalpattu, Kachipuram, Kadalore, Viluppuram, Mayiladuthurai, Nagapattinam, and Tiruvallur districts of Tamil Nadu. A red alert indicates a forecast of very heavy to extremely heavy rain of over 20 cm in 24 hours. IMD also forecasts very heavy rains in Tamil Nadu for the next 3 days. In light of the heavy rain forecast, the Tamil Nadu government has declared a holiday for schools and colleges in Chennai, Tiruvallur, Kanchipuram, and Chengalpattu districts for October 15. Based on experiences from the last floods, anticipating heavy rainfall, residents in Chennai's Velachery decided to park their cars on the flyover. It is sad for people living in and around Chennai to forget what happened when the city was flooded the last few times. Cars parked outside their residences started floating as roads were flooded by the heavy rain. So this time around, from the residents' point of view, they were taking a precautionary measure. However, cops decided to fine them for it. In this context, traffic police in Chennai have come under sharp criticism for deciding to fine Rs 1,000 per car per day. Meanwhile, the Greater Chennai Corporation has announced helpline numbers and other ways to reach authorities in case one has to. Following this, the Tamil Nadu government directed all district collectors to take necessary precautions to ensure the safety of the public. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin held a consultation meeting with district collectors and corporation officers participated in this meeting at the State Secretariat in Chennai. He inquired about the measures taken to deal with the heavy rains. The meeting decided to provide holidays to school and colleges in Chennai, Tiruvallur, Kachipuram, and Chengalpattu districts on 15 October and instructed IT companies to make their employees work from home for 3 days. National Disaster Response Force, NDRF, and Tamil Nadu Disaster Response Force will be deployed in the areas that could be affected by the rains with rescue boats in all 15 zones in Chennai. The Chief Minister directed district monitoring officers to carry out preparatory work for recovery and relief in collaboration with the district administration. He instructed officials to scale up the metro rail and local train services for the convenience of the public. Sipo Tang, also known as Tibo, has been fully captured by Taang National Liberation Army (TNLA) and its allied forces, according to sources from the junta regime side. The capture of Sipo Tang comes after more than 2 months of intense battle. However, TNLA has not released any media statement confirming its full capture of the town. According to sources from the junta regime side, Sipo Tang has fallen and been lost. It is learned that junta regime forces' families have fled in droves from the town, leaving behind a trail of destruction. The sources confirmed that the junta regime forces suffered heavy casualties during the battle, while TNLA inflicted heavy losses on the regime's troops. The resources also reported that TNLA seized a substantial amount of weaponry and equipment from junta regime bases in Sipo Tang. TNLA does not release official media statement in relation to the capture of Sipo Tang. A new Israeli attack has targeted a house in the Jabalia camp, killing at least 4 people as siege of northern Gaza continues. In northern Lebanon, at least 21 people killed and 8 wounded in an Israeli air attack, health ministry said. The UN Rights Office said the Israeli army appears to be cutting off northern Gaza completely from the rest of the territory and launching attacks with absolute disregard for the lives and security of Palestinian civilians. At least 4 Palestinians are killed and dozens wounded after Israeli fighter jets bomb a tent encampment housing displaced Palestinians on the grounds of Al-Aqsa Hospital in Deir el-Bala, central Gaza. In Gaza, at least 42,289 people have been killed and 98,684 wounded in Israeli attacks since October 2023. At least 1,139 people were killed in Israel on October 7, 2023, and more than 200 people taken captive. UN peacekeepers will stay in all positions in Lebanon, despite Israeli calls for them to move, amid intensifying fighting between Israel and Hezbollah, and 5 Blue Helmets suffering injuries, the UN peacekeeping chief said. The Reuters news agency reports that an Israeli airstrike has killed at least 8 Palestinians and wounded many in Gaza City's Sheikh Radwan neighborhood. An Israeli attack has targeted a house in the Jabalia camp, killing at least 4 people. Several Palestinians have been killed and wounded in an Israeli bombing of another school sheltering displaced people in the north of the Gaza Strip. At least 4 Palestinians have been killed and dozens wounded after Israeli fighter jets bombed a tent and campment on the grounds of Al-Aqsa Hospital in Deir el-Balah, central Gaza. A child and a young man have been killed during an 8-hour raid on Jenin in the occupied West Bank by Israeli forces. Four soldiers have been killed and 58 injured in a drone strike targeting an army base in northern Israel, the Israel Defense Forces (IDF) has said. The IDF added 7 soldiers have been severely injured in the attack on a base adjacent to Binyamina, a town around 20 miles to the south of Haifa. Hezbollah has claimed responsibility for the attack, which it said targeted a training camp of the IDF's Golani Brigade in the area, which is based between Tel Aviv and Haifa. The armed group media's office said the strike was in response to the Israeli attacks in southern Lebanon and Beirut on Thursday. The group said it targeted the camp in northern Israel using a swarm of drones. The attack was one of the biggest on an Israeli position in more than a year. The Israeli ambulance service Magen David Adom (MDA) earlier said 61 people have been injured in the attack, including 3 critically. It added 37 of them had been taken to 8 regional hospitals, either by ambulance or helicopter. In a statement, before the IDF confirmed the deaths, MDA said that alongside the 3 critically injured, 18 of the victims were in a moderate condition, 31 sustained mild injuries, and 9 people were suffering anxiety. The reason for the discrepancy in the number of critical injuries between MDA and the IDF is not clear. Israel's censorship rules had initially prevented media outlets reporting exactly where or what was targeted before the IDF confirmed it was the Binyamina base. Some Israeli media outlets have reported the base was hit by a low-level drone loaned from Lebanon, a relatively unsophisticated weapon that appears not to have actively early warning alarms. Throughout the evening, televisions, bulletins, social media posts, and online reports showed footage of emergency vehicles, including helicopters, taking casualties to hospitals across northern Israel. Many of the wounded have been evacuated to Hillel Yaffe Medical Center in nearby Hadera, with others being taken to hospitals in Tel Hassomer, Haifa, Afula, and Netanya. Details are still scarce, but many of the injured appear to have been in a communal canteen at the time and were caught completely by surprise. Images circulating on social media appears to show an empty mess hall with a hole in the roof. North Korea blew up sections of the deeply symbolic roads connecting it to the south on Tuesday, Seoul's military said, adding it had conducted a counter-fire operation in response. Pyongyang's military last week voted to permanently seal its southern border after spending months laying mines and building anti-tank barriers in the wake of leader Kim Jong-un declaring the South his country's principal enemy. The North also accused Seoul of using drones to drop anti-regime propaganda leaflets on the capital Pyongyang, with Kim convening a security meeting to direct a plan of immediate military action in response, state media reported Tuesday. North Korea has detonated parts of the Gyeonggi and Donghae roads north of the military demarcation line, the Joint Chief of Staff said Tuesday, referring to inter-Korean infrastructure that once connected the two countries. There has been no damage to our military and our focus conducted counter-fire in areas south of the MDL, it added. The roads have also been shuttered, but destroying them sends a clear message that Kim is not prepared to negotiate with the South, experts said. This is a practical military measure related to the hostile dual-state system that North Korea has frequently mentioned. Yang Mo-jin, president of the University of North Korean Studies in Seoul, told AFP. The North may also be looking to erect more physical barriers along the border, Yang said, adding that the road detonations could be preparatory work. South Korea's military released video footage showing North Korea soldiers in military uniforms ahead of a huge explosion, which emitted thick billowing smokes as it blew up sections of the Yonggui Road. More footage, apparently from after the blast, showed excavators digging while soldiers work as a large red trucks arrive. The Seoul military also released separate footage showing North Korea blowing up a section of the Donghae Road on the east coast. South Korea's Unification Ministry slammed the North Korea for what it called an extremely abnormal provocation, adding that Seoul had shouldered millions in costs for building the infrastructure. North Korea still has repayment obligations regarding this funding, it added. China, a traditional ally of the North, called on all parties to avoid further escalation of conflicts on the peninsula, a foreign ministry spokeswoman said. China employed a record of 125 aircraft as well as its Liaoning aircraft carrier and ships in large-scale military exercises surrounding Taiwan and its outlying islands Monday, simulating the sealing off of key ports in a move that underscores the tense situation in the Taiwan Strait, officials said. China made clear it was to punish Taiwan's president for rejecting Beijing's claims of sovereignty over the self-governed island. The drills came 4 days after Taiwan celebrated the founding of its government on its National Day, when Taiwanese President Lai Ching-te said in a speech that China has no right to represent Taiwan and declared his commitment to resist annexation or encroachment. This is a resolute punishment for Lai Ching-te's continuous fabrication of Taiwan's independence nonsense, China-Taiwan Affairs Office said in a statement. Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense said 90 of the aircraft, including warplanes, helicopters, and drones, were spotted within Taiwan's air defense identification zone. The single-day record counted aircraft from 5:02 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Shipping traffic was operating as normal, the ministry said. Taiwan remained defiant. Our military will definitely deal with the threat from China appropriately, Joseph Wu, Secretary General of Taiwan Security Council, said at the forum in Taipei, Taiwan's capital. Threatening other countries with force violates the basic spirit of the United Nations Charter to resolve disputes through peaceful means. Taiwan's presidential office also called on China to cease military provocations that undermine regional peace and stability and stop threatening Taiwan's democracy and freedom. A map aired on China's state broadcaster CCTV showed 6 large blocks encircling Taiwan, indicating where the military drills were being held, along with circles drawn around Taiwan's outlying islands. Taiwan's Defense Ministry said the 6 areas focus on key strategic locations around and on the island. China deployed its Liaoning aircraft carrier for the drills, and CCTV showed a J-15 fighter jet taking off from the deck of the carrier. China's People Liberation Army's Eastern Theater Command spokesperson Senior Captain Li Si said Monday evening that the drill was successfully completed. That is all for today's news, and have a pleasant evening ahead.